Hello and welcome to Leeds TV. Hope everybody's doing well. Just a quick video, really. No more excuses from Leeds United, from the manager, from the players, from fans and stuff. We've been given a lifeline today with Sheffield United losing. We've got to capitalise. We've got to capitalise on it. We've got to beat Middlesbrough. I don't want to wear Farker calling out players. I don't want to wear people saying, "Oh, we're losing because teams have coming on to us." Well, we were complaining that when teams played with a low block, that we couldn't break them down. Now teams are coming on to us. We shouldn't have any excuses whatsoever. There is no excuses for this manager. No excuses for these players. We've got the highest wages in the league. We've got the best squad in the league. I want to see Ramrazani given minutes. I want to see Solomon benched for a game or two. I want to see what Ramrazani can do. What harm can it do now? What harm can it do? Everyone's doom and gloom with it, and I feel like it as well. I do. I don't think Leeds United are going to be able to gonna get automatic. The reason why I think that is we've won 1 in 6. You know, we're, we're gonna have to win 5 out of his last 6 games to stand a remote chance of getting automatic, and because we know that Sheffield United and Burnley are taking points off each other. We can't afford to lose this game against Middlesbrough. We really can't. We couldn't afford to lose this game against Luton, in my opinion. But there will be people out there who'll be behind Farker and everything. But I've said this. If you go back and watch the videos, I said that I don't think Farker's the right man taking us forward. I really don't. I think he's too loyal to his players. He's too stubborn as a manager. He doesn't rotate. He doesn't. Farker is a fantastic manager if everything's going his way. If he's got the best players, if he's getting the results, and if he's getting final say at what happens at the club, what players come in and what players don't. Yeah, I don't think Farker can cope with pressure. I haven't read the post match comments, but apparently, he said that this was a good point and stuff like that, and he's lying because it were only a week ago. He said that we'll definitely get promoted. We'll definitely get promoted. So on that way of thinking, you've got to win your games, especially against a team who were second from bottom in Championship. You can't beat a team like Luton who was second from bottom in Championship. You don't deserve to go up automatically, in my own honest opinion. And we're also don't think because this game Sheffield United losing to Oxford. Remember, we've got to play them as well yet. Oxford are going to be a challenge for us, and we know Bristol City are going to be a challenge for us. There's drop points right there, and I think they'll drop points against Middlesbrough. I really do. I just can't see us getting a result. I've done this video without Lee because and Leeds Lee's still one of the most positive Leeds fans I've ever met. I mean, he still thinks that we've got a chance of getting automatic, but bless him. And I'm not angry, I'm just really frustrated, really fed up, and really effed off with Daniel Farker's substitutions and stuff. They don't make sense. They really don't make sense. And I'm beginning to wonder if it were his decision not to bring anyone in January and not to strengthen. I'm beginning to think it were him. He didn't want any players. He didn't want to. He didn't want to. He didn't want to upset the apple cart he's built. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't like to deal with pressure. He doesn't like to deal with anything like that. And I don't think he's had 2 attempts now to get us automatic. If he don't get us automatic this season, he needs to be gone. He needs to be gone at the end of the season. I've seen people. I saw, some the YouTube channels did a poll about sacking him now, sacking him after Middlesbrough. No, that's just after. You're not gonna. No owner's gonna sack a manager with 5 games left to go. they're not going to do it. And I think it'd be suicide if we did that, because the amount of pressure you're putting on a new manager to come in with 5 games to go to get us promoted. No manager who's worth the salt ain't going to come into that sort of pressure. Definitely not, especially at Leeds United, a club the size of Leeds United anyway. But if we don't get us promoted, or even if he does get us promoted, I think we need to look for a new manager come summer. I do. I think we need a new manager for the start of next season. Paul Ramazan is, he's sat on bench and he's seeing Smith come on in front of him. Now, I'm not saying that, that's a bad move, bringing Smith on, because he did well for he did well European qualification, didn't he? Last time out, his manager was speaking highly of him. I get it, but Ramazani must be scratching his head, thinking, "What the hell do I need to do to get into this team?" And I'll be really honest with you: if Farker ain't going to bring him on now, I doubt he's going to bring him on for the rest of the season, because he clearly doesn't trust him. And why would you bring on a player who you don't trust when your neck's on line, and when your job's on line? Because the reason why he's come out and said, um, you know, we definitely going to be playing Premier League football next season. The reason why he said that is because he knows if he doesn't, he's gone. So he don't have to face Leeds United with backlash. He'll be gone. So he could say what he's covered himself in front of journalists, and he knows that if he don't get promoted, he'll be gone. So he don't. It's no skin off his nose, is it? And I'm just fed up with, because all we've heard all season is we've got the best squad, we've got the best squad, we've got the best squad. But why we're not using that squad. We're not using that squad. We aren't making the changes. We aren't. What's the word I'm looking for? We aren't. We aren't refreshing it. You know, bring on, playing on to, every now and again from start. Play Ramazani every now and again from start. If we've got the best squad, then surely it could. We should be able. We should have the players who can come off at bench, do a job from the start. Never mind just sitting on a bench. Because it don't make no sense to me at all. And I think I saw Firpo. Some people were saying that Firpo were at fault for that goal for Luton. It wasn't Firpo. He were marking 2-3 men. I think it were too many were marking it. Who did he decide to go with? All because Solomon didn't get back. He didn't track back. So it's not Firpo's fault. That goal wasn't Firpo's fault. It was just one of them things. And I don't know. I don't know. Farker's got. He's got to get. He's got to go. He's got. I hope he's at home now, giving himself a long hard look in mirror, thinking, what can I do to change this? What can I do as a manager, instead of blaming everybody else and stuff. Because if I were manager of Leeds United right now, I'll be awake thinking, I've let an 8 point gap slip, and now we're in third. That's what I'll be thinking to myself, and I'll be thinking, what did I do wrong? Not what the players have done wrong. What did I do wrong? Because you can't blame it on players all the time. You just can't. You can't. You got to take responsibility yourself as well. And you know, fair special mention to Cal Darlow. I thought he had a good game today. Thought he did really well. I really did. That justified him being Mesley being taken out and him being brought in. But that wasn't because of him choosing to do that. That was because he got fan pressure. He got the pressure. He got the pressure from everybody. And it won't put it past me if Parag went into his office and says, drop him, drop Mesley and start Dowler. I won't put it past me if that's what happened. It really wouldn't. But look, all we can do now, guys, is just open, open pray that we beat Middlesbrough, because it's. I don't think it's going to be an easy game at all. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for watching Lee Statham TV. Until next time, guys, have a great night and speak to you all soon. Bye bye.